Hello you guys, I'm back with a video for today. So today I'm going to be talking about how you should worry about love later and like relationships later. Don't have it at the forefront of your mind, because I did that for like majority of my life, literally, because I was in the world, and just wanted to do what I wanted to do, and didn't understand like the significance of what God tells us to do, seek ye first the kingdom. And, a lot of churches been infiltrated, and they just fail at explaining the importance of just giving your life to the Lord and not being in the world, and what happens if you're in the world, and how having a relationship with God is all just to protect us and it's for our benefit, and it's to keep us safe, it's to prosper us, it's to have us have him and his love and peace and not be possessed and all type of stuff. So yeah, I always would just try to find, I always would worry about relationships. I always would, friendships and dating, right? Because I always was like, I wanted the void to be filled by friends, by a guy. And so I used to do like what do you call that, online dating, but it wasn't like no Tinder type of thing. It was like a site called Moko Space. I used to be on there. It was kind of like Facebook. It had like games and like chat rooms with different like topics, like um nothing like weird, but it was like meet different people, add friends, and all type of stuff like that. So I did that, and then also what you call it, a little bit of Facebook, but mostly was like um some stuff on the internet, like I just mentioned, and then some stuff was like me thinking I had like a boyfriend in real life, um being like a teenager or whatever. And so it was just like a lot of just continuous heartbreaks, because for one, I had no business dating in the first place, and then for two, the foundation was bad, because I wanted to get with these people off the fact that I wanted to have my void filled, right? And I wanted to. If you hear background noise, I'm at the park, so it's like pretty windy today. But I wanted to have my void filled. I was being selfish, and I was thinking about how can this benefit me? How can this help me feel better and not feel lonely or sad or whatever you want to call it. And so that's was the foundation I was operating out of, right? And so I was doing that, and then it never worked out. So I always would end up with my heart broken and stuff, and just young and dumb, and just what they be saying, young and dumb, and thinking like, oh, maybe this will be, that program they have in us as young girls. And I don't know, for guys it's different, but like there's some like what they call lover boys or whatever, but most of the time it's literally, we raised as young girls like, oh, Prince Charming, come on a white horse and save you and all this stupid stuff. And forget my hands, they ashy. I forgot my lotion at home. But yeah, so anyway, that's the foolishness we be getting programmed with, right? And it causes us to obsess about relationships, and just some dude coming in and swooping in and saving us, whatever you want to call, and just like making our life better, and wine and dining us and all this stuff. And it's like, no, that's just like fantasy stuff, and it's imaginations, and we're supposed to cast down imaginations, because if you don't have the image in your mind of Christ, and the image of like what he wants you to do, and you're working on that every day, because he says Take no thought for tomorrow, for sufficient for the day is the trouble thereof. If that's not what you're striving to have at the forefront of your mind every day, then you're going to be entertaining these imaginations and these fantasies and these thoughts that are, feel good. They're like pleasing to think about. They're like, they're not like, oh my gosh, I'm not finna think about that. That's terrible. No, Satan comes and tempts you with what you want. Like you say, every man's drawn away when he's tempted by his own lust. I think it's something like that. But that's how it is. So yeah, so it just caused me to have a whole lot of heartbreaks because I was just trying to sit up here and look for what I found in the Lord and other people, and specifically guys, and it just never worked out because nobody can fill the void that is meant to be filled by Jesus. And that's why the world is the way it is, because Satan wants people to sit up here and think you don't need Jesus. You can sit up here and go get a relationship, go get a boyfriend, girlfriend, go smoke weed, go drink, go club, go go do what you want to do. If that's your aspirations, go after that. And the American dream and all this stuff, go do what you want to do. This is your life, YOLO, and all this foolishness. And it's like all that stuff is fleeting because it's never gonna satisfy you. You're never gonna have peace outside of God. You're never gonna be content because the core of what we need as humans is a relationship with our Creator, and we need to have His love in us, because when we have a relationship with Him, we are able to be satisfied and we're able to be just content with Him alone. And then, like He said, all of these things He'll add to us. And He adds, I think He said He add gifts. He gives gifts and add no sorrow. So that's the crazy thing. I just came to that realization. That's the crazy thing. He gives gifts and adds no sorrow, and He tells us seek Him first. So if we do that, seek Him first, everything else will be added. And He knows what we want. He'll give us the desires of our heart. But like this woman I watch, Miss Tiffany Buckner, she always say He'll first give you a new heart and a new mind. He tells us He's going to renew our mind, and be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And the renewing of your mind comes from spending time with Him, spending time in His Word, spending time in prayer, and just spending time like out in nature, and just basking in His creation and all of that. And so basically, I'm trying to wrap up everything what I'm about to say. He gives gifts and adds no sorrow, right? So when you seek Him first, you are already content, right? So you're like for me, like you're content, you're happy, you're like, man, the Lord is lit, it's perfect, I'm happy, everything is like peaceful, it's joyful, it's just like serenity. It's like, I don't know, like I don't really believe in being in love anymore. I think it's really should just be like you love your spouse and you have the heart of God for your spouse or whoever is in your life, and you just like you love them with your whole heart. But like, I think being in love is more so like the world's term of whatever, which really just cause you like lose yourself and make that person your everything and all this stuff. But because only one that should be your everything is the Lord. So yeah, that doesn't mean like, oh, I have a wife and kids, I don't care about y'all, but it's like you don't put them above God and make them like your everything. Like, you still love them, of course, but. And so, yeah, so having God first, right? Seeking Him first. Now you're already content, you're satisfied, you're not really wanting anything. You're like, I'm good, you know? You're like, usually what we go after is because we're trying to fill a void in the first place. So when you know, give whatever it is that God asked you to give Him, you put it on the altar, then He, you know, purges you of idolatry, He purges you of your voids, rejection, abandonment wounds, and He heals you, and He gives you Himself, and He fills you up with His love. And so yeah, you just grow more in that and get closer to Him, and it just satisfies you more and more. But you also want like more and more of Him, though, because it's like He's just awesome, and like just awesome, right? And what Satan does, well, before I get to that, so that happens, and you're satisfied with the Lord, then He, like He said, all these things will be added unto you. So then, in due season, He will give you a husband, wife. He'll give you that car or that house. He'll give you, He could really give you more than what you initially thought you wanted. And He'll give you all these things, but the difference is it won't be like you are like desperate for it, and you're like, oh man, I really want this like wife, or I really want a husband, or you're like, I really want like a new car or a new house or something. But instead you're like, okay, thank you, Lord, for this car, thank you for this house, thank you for my husband or wife. I love them and I'm grateful for them, but ignore the train in the background. But it's like you're grateful for them, but you're not like, you're just content already with God. So it's not like they're your world. It's like you love them and you care about them, but it's not like, you know, it's just not, it's hard to explain. It's just not like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you appreciate the person, but ultimately you just are content with God first and foremost. So honestly, you're like, wow, thanks, you know, but you're not like, oh my gosh, finally, you know. So yeah, so then you don't have any sorrows, and it's just another blessing in addition to your life. Versus Satan, he sits up here and God says He gives gifts with no sorrow, but Satan sits up here and is like, oh, you don't got to sit up here and go after the Lord first. You don't got to sit up here and follow Him. I'll give you what you want right now. And so you get, you know, your thing from Him, and say for dating, right? You get a relationship from Him, and now it's like sorrow, you know, because you didn't do what God said. It wasn't built on the right foundation, and they're just meant to distract you. You're not in the right season for it. You're at this season, there's a season for everything under the sun. So there's certain things you need to go through so you can develop and just become who God wants you to become, and then go forth and, you know, do something else in another season. It's just like first grade to fifth grades, right? So say you don't go to first grade, and you're in third grade, and you don't understand what's going on because you didn't go to first and second grade. So you get with somebody and you're dating them, the relationship's toxic, y'all fighting, y'all arguing, and y'all not getting along, and you're like, why is this happening? You know, you're like, I just want somebody who loves me, and I just want somebody who cares about me. Why is this not working out? Like, this always keeps happening to me. It's like, you think like, oh, I'm a good person, And if I just get the right person, I'll just love them and they'll love me, and we'll just treat each other so well, and we'll have a perfect relationship, and I'll be able to pour all this love into them. And it's like, no, that person you're thinking about is the Lord as well as yourself. Like, God says, God says to love Him with all of our heart and all of our mind and all of our soul, and then to love, I think, in all of our strength, and then to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. So if you love Him first, then He teach you how to love yourself, and then once you love yourself, then you can know how to love others, and you know what love is, and you know what love isn't, and you know what to do and how to move when it comes to relationships, because God teaches you all these things. He teaches you how to love yourself, respect yourself, to have boundaries and standards, and to not operate from like a place of desperation and loneliness, rejection, trying to fill the void of not having a relationship with the Lord, and just all these things, right? So all of it is just a trick of Satan. And you'll think like, oh, I got a girlfriend, I got a boyfriend, oh, I got a wife or husband now. And Satan gave them to you because if you didn't follow the Lord first, and you didn't seek Him first, right? So Satan gives them to you, and you think like, man, this is awesome. At first, it's probably awesome, but then eventually, there comes the sorrow. But God gives us gifts with no sorrow. And the thing is just about being patient, right? Like, stop worrying about relationships, stop worrying about love and all these things. Stop worrying about when is my partner coming, when is my husband, wife coming. I'm tired of waiting and all this stuff. It's like, bro, lock in, bro. Like, focus on God, focus on what He wants, focus on yourself, and focus on what He's telling you to do. Focus on having a better relationship with Him. Focus on becoming more like Christ every day. Focus on striving to be more obedient. Focus on becoming who He wants you to be, and learning how to love yourself and break out of old patterns so you can love others and show them the love of Christ. Focus on being used to reach souls. Focus on how the state of the world, praying, fasting for the world, people who are lost, all that. And in due time, if it's God's will for you to have someone, for you to have whatever it is you want, it'll come. But it's like, if you having that desire so strong, it's just showing that you haven't surrendered fully to the Lord and just like cast all that stuff on the altar to Him, and you haven't allowed Him to fill whatever voids you have inside of you that make you desire another person so much, because they're not going to do nothing for you. They're just gonna, it'll be fun at first, of course, but it's just gonna come with sorrow. Like, it's not gonna fulfill you because they're not the Lord, and you weren't meant to be with them at this time. And Satan sends people to distract you and waste your time. And people out here dying, people out here losing their life, don't know about the Lord, and maybe you were meant to reach those people, but since you wanted to follow what you wanted to do, God forbid, their blood's on your hands. And it's like, we just have to get over ourselves and our wants, our selfishness, our selfish desires, and really like do a lot of like deep introspection and like searching of like, okay, why do I want this particular thing, or why do I want this um, spouse or whatever. And just do a lot of deep soul searching to see what is the root of this desire that you have. Like, is it, like, of course, you know, every now and then being like, oh, I wonder what it'd be like to be married, or I wonder what my husband or wife is doing. Oh, of course, that's natural, but like every day or like every other day you're worrying about it or complaining about it and just focus on that, it's like, that's not healthy. And you need to surrender it to the Lord, and yeah, man, he'll fill the voids in your heart. And then you'll look back and you'll be like, man, I don't even care about that stuff anymore, for real. You'll just be like, whatever you want me to do, Lord, that's what I'm gonna do. And please help me to do that. Please help me to just sustain what I'm doing and keep going and becoming better and doing what you want me to do. So yeah, just, man, there's all these people keep coming over here. I hate when I'm like say like where you park in Walmart or like any store in a parking lot, and then all these cars come parking next to you, or like at the park, and everybody and their mom is coming over here, bro. It's like, why? So I'm glad y'all coming outside instead of being in the house on the phone or whatever. I'm like, dang, everybody and their mom coming out here. And I'm literally so introverted. Like, I'll talk to people. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I'm scared to talk to this person. Like, I used to be. Thank God for deliverance. But I'm more so like, I don't like talking, making videos when people are around me. Or like if when I was living with my mom, or like my brother or my mom would be in the next room, or I knew they could hear me, it was so awkward, because I'm like, I don't like people being able to listen to what I'm saying, because I'm like, bro. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, just worry about love later. Worry about all what you want later. Worry about a relationship later. And focus on God and chase after Him with your heart, with your whole heart, and yeah, bro, you'll be happy. You'll be more than happy. You'll be like, man, this is awesome. This is the best. I wish I would have did this, so long ago. I'll be saying that so much. I'll be like, man, I should have did this a long time ago, but I didn't understand. Churches just don't be teaching you. They teach like more of the story stuff. Like, oh yeah, this is what happened with David. He fell with Bathsheba, I guess her name, and killed Uriah. But he became repentive, and God forgave him. So whatever you feel like you're going through, go give it to the Lord, and He'll forgive. Like, bro, they were like, oh, keep the faith like Job. You'll overcome. Blessings will be on the other side. Like, they don't teach, bro. There's moral of the story, metaphors, all these things. They don't teach you why God tells you these things. They don't teach you, you're supposed to have, God tells us have knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. They don't teach you why. It's like, okay, why should I do this? Why shouldn't I do what I want to do? What is the point? Like, okay, I'm gonna go to hell. Wow, great. That's such a driving force for me to want to serve the Lord. They don't tell you, like, it's all to keep us in His will and safe. Like, say, picture this is the house of the Lord, and everything else outside of that is the wilderness. People getting bit up, people getting bruised up, abused, people getting their hearts broke, people getting depressed, people losing their minds, all type of foolishness, Satan running them amok. But when you're in the house of the Lord, you're safe, You're in his will. He protect you. He watch over you. He just take care of you, provide for you, cares about you, loves you, watch over you, fights for you, and so many other things. Gives you what you need in due season. And, you know, just grows you up into who you're meant to be. But out here on the outskirts of the house and in the wilderness, Satan make you think you're somebody that you're not, and so you out here doing all type of foolishness. Out here getting possessed because you're like, oh man, I want a relationship so bad, and that's what happened to me. I'm not, anything I say is like experience, and just like seeing other people's lives as well. And it's like, oh, I want a relationship so bad, I want love so bad, what I thought was love. And now you're out here getting possessed, picking up their spirits. Now you're out here smoking, can't bear to be sober-minded because all the pain and trauma you went through, you don't want to think about it. And it's like, bro, that is why God tells us to seek first the kingdom, have a relationship with him, and he will heal you. He will deliver you. He will take care of all that stuff. Oh, no. Alright, I gotta go. My bad. It was a wasp trying to get in my car, and my video stopped recording. But, yes, so he'll just take care of all that stuff. So, just, give your life to the Lord, honestly. Stop worrying about love, what you think is love in relationships. And just focus on him and yourself. And everything else will happen in time. Alright? But yeah, so thank you for watching. And I will see you guys soon. And if you watch this far, put blessed with the prayer hand emojis in the comments. Yeah. So take care. Bye.